Hey guys, it's LynVanieuy and I'm in my new apartment. I've got a new setup. It's still like, I just basically threw all the stuffed animals I have on the bed behind me for some sort of background, so I'm sorry. I'm 7. This lighting is literally fucking, that's actually not too bad, but I mean, it could be better. I have like a giant open window right here, so it's like putting light on me only on half of my face. Today I am going to film sort of a controversial type of video. This actually wasn't the video I was planning on filming today, but I was planning on filming like a video with Will. He's at work. So today I want to talk to you guys about fetishes. I know that's kind of weird and kind of like random and like maybe this is going to be controversial, but let's talk about it. My ear is so itchy. So itchy. I was inspired to talk about fetishes and that sort of thing by watching Channon Rose's video about like her craziest porn set experience. I will leave that link down in the description box below, but that's kind of what inspired me, like started getting me thinking about this topic. So I've actually been thinking about filming this video for a while, and then I watched her video this morning and I was like, hey, I need to talk about it while it's like fresh in my head and I'm like thinking about it. I don't have any notes, I'm just winging it. So yeah, if you have any fetishes, give this video a thumbs up. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. Okay. I'm gonna start off this video by saying I have some fetishes. I don't know that I'm gonna say what they are because like they're kind of intense. For those of you who don't have fetishes, you would probably think I'm really fucking weird. And that's okay because you know what? I've learned since like being a younger version of myself that everybody kind of has their own thing that turns them on and like specific things that they're into, and that's like totally okay. I once had a friend tell me when we were, I think we were teenagers, that she could only get off by watching lesbian porn, and she wasn't a lesbian. And at the time I thought like, that's really weird, like that's so weird. But I've grown up a lot since then, and I've kind of like developed and come into my own sort of kinks and fetishes and things that turn me on and things that I'm into. So I think that for a lot of people, you look at someone else's kinks or fetishes and your automatic reaction is, whoa, that's fucking weird. And even now, like sometimes I'm like hearing about someone's fetish and I'm like, that's fucking weird or that's gross or you know whatever, but I have my own kinks and my own fetishes, so like who am I to judge someone else's kinks and fetishes? We can't really help what we're into. That being said, I think that there's a giant line that shouldn't be crossed. So for example, if you're into like BDSM and you're like into domination and submission and things like that, it's fine to have your kinks and your fetishes, but like don't bring it outside of your house and don't do it in like a non-consensual way. Do you know what I mean? Like it would be uncomfortable and it wouldn't be very good if I went to like a grocery store and there's some guy wearing like a gimp outfit on a leash. Like that's not appropriate. It's not comfortable, and like think of all the other people that are seeing that, you know, it's just not good. You know what I'm saying? Same with like if you're into golden showers, I don't know, like that's fine, like have your kinks and your fetishes, but like don't, I guess it would be called voyeurism if you're like into watching people pee and stuff and then you go and like put a camera in a bathroom somewhere public. Like that's not okay, that's crossing the line. But if you're into like watching people piss and shit, then like by all means watch that porn, but like don't like bring it outside of the comfort of your own house. Do you know what I'm saying? And that also being said, like I don't agree with like bestiality because that's non-consensual, an animal can't consent, or like pedophilia because obviously a child is a child. There's a line there, you know what I'm saying? But like I used to think that people like wanting to be like defecated on or like eat excretions was like gross and weird, and like yeah, that's not really like my cup of tea and I would definitely not enjoy that. But if you're into that, then hey, you're into that. Like who am I to fucking judge you, right? Because like I said, I have my own kinks and fetishes and things like that. For example, I like being dominated and you might think that's really fucking weird. And I mean, maybe the reason I like being dominated is because I have such a dominating personality outside of the bedroom in my everyday life. I'm very headstrong, and I'm very strong-willed, and I'm very opinionated, and I have just a very dominating personality. But when it comes to the bedroom, I like to be dominated and I like to be submissive. That's just an example for you. I mean, I have lots of other kinks and fetishes that I'm probably not going to get into, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about it today because I mean, there was that thing going around where YouTubers were getting emails from this guy named, I think his name was Jim, where he wanted to eat YouTubers' toilet treats, and he was like offering a compensation for those who would be willing to provide him with toilet treats. If I was into like that kink, that is like the perfect name for like piss and shit, like toilet treats. I die. Like, it makes it sound so freaking cute. But anyway, yeah, people were getting really weirded out and like uncomfortable. Understandable, but at the same time I didn't agree with the fact that people were making videos kind of making fun of this person for their kinks and stuff. I don't know 100% if that was a legitimate email and if this person was legitimate about their kinks and things like that, but at the same time, people out there do have that sort of fetish. And I don't think it's necessarily right to push fun or poke fun at people for their kinks and fetishes, because some of my kinks and fetishes are pretty extreme to those who wouldn't understand or aren't interested in those kinks and fetishes. And even now, I'm still coming to terms with my kinks and fetishes because for a long time I felt ashamed of what turns me on and what I'm into, because it's not really like mainstream, like social norm, you know, vanilla sex missionary type thing. But at the same time, I'm not 100% there yet. I don't know that I would ever globally, or not globally, but like, you know, put my kinks and fetishes on the internet on a platform where people know who I am, just because, like I said, it's pretty intense and it's not really anybody's business if I don't want it to be. And I'm not 100% there yet, you know, I'm still coming to terms and trying to not feel ashamed about my kinks and fetishes. Some of them anyway. Like, I mean, being dominated is a pretty normal kink fetish, like it's, you know, this is just getting out of hand. But yeah, I don't know, I was watching Channon Rose's video and I thought it was super interesting that the spectrum of her beginning and end in porn were two totally different things. Like, she started out in very like normal guy girl guy guy porn, very heteronormal, and then she ended up towards the end of her porn career doing more and more fetish style porn. So I just thought that was pretty interesting because it is something that, you know, when you first hear about fetishes or someone's kinks or like things like that, you're going to be like, whoa, like that's weird, you know. But once you start to develop as a person and, you know, find your own way, your own sexual identity and your own kinks and fetishes, like maybe you don't even have kinks and fetishes, which is fine, like whatever. I feel like a majority of people do have specific things that turn them on. I found it pretty interesting to hear about Shannon's journey, so to speak, throughout her porn career, starting out in very heteronormal porn, like I said, and then ending up in like the kink and fetish side of things. And she became more interested in that thing because she was learning something new and learning about like the psychology behind it and educating herself on something new that she might not have known before. But yeah, I don't know, I don't even, this is a train wreck of a video. I just wanted to talk about kinks and fetishes and maybe normalize it a little bit in my own small way, because I think we all have things, like I said, that make us tick, so to speak, that turn us on, that we're into, like kinks, fetishes, or just normal sexual pleasures. Maybe that's just something for you to think about as maybe you grow into your own sexual identity, or maybe something for you to think about if you know that somebody has like a furry fetish or a foot fetish or something, and maybe rewire your brain a little bit to not think so critically and judge others based solely on their kinks and fetishes, if that makes any sense. Anyway, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I don't know. This was kind of a spur of the moment going video, if you couldn't tell. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm pretty open to discussion and things in general, so if there's anything you would like me to discuss further or talk about, whether it is sexual or not, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. Don't forget you can follow me on all my social media pages. I leave all my links down in the description box below. I recommend Snapchat because that's where I'm most active. I'm always on Snapchat. Like, there's hardly a day where there's not at least one story on my Snapchat. So yeah, go give that a follow, and until next time, keep shining. Bye guys. Also, just wanted to address the whole like part of me getting a new place with my husband. Hopefully there will be an apartment tour coming out soon. I still have lots of unpacking and things to do, so hopefully within the next week or so, you guys will get an apartment tour. Yeah, anyway, bye guys!